Hey guys, it is Thursday night, pretty late, 10 o'clock for me. I'm old, so I'm getting ready to head off and get some sleep for tonight. But I did want to give you an update because there's been so much information kind of coming at me, and I'm sure coming at you. Just wanted to kind of touch base and kind of talk about what I think is important right now. We're kind of at that point here on the review section where we've finished all the material and we're just working on the review. So hopefully you've been keeping up with the AP Classroom and kind of catching up on the, between the ones that were over spring break and then on the ones that they've been kind of going. The ones that you had on Monday, just wanted to kind of say, hey, a couple of things that I put up there from Wednesday is you'll notice that they came out with a testing guide. So hopefully you've been kind of on the College Board website, but I thought I would put the links up there for you. This is going to walk you through exactly what you need to do on the day of the exam. So you do want to make sure that you read that fairly thoroughly to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. We all know you guys and following directions, and it's going to be very important that you follow directions when you are taking this exam. There are videos that are going to walk through, so I linked here's the guide right here. That's the whole written part of it, so you do want to go ahead and read that. You have your exam videos. The first two are kind of just little overviews, but the third one on taking the AP 2020 exam is going to be a little bit more information about how the testing day is going to work, so you definitely want to watch that. There is a checklist here for you that you will be completing on the day of the exam. So you do want to make sure, actually you would complete it ahead of time and make sure that you have the materials. You're going to be getting an email to the email that the College Board has sent you that will have your AP ID, the name of your exam, and all of the information that you need. If you do not get that email, that is still going to be okay. Just log into AP Classroom. The information should be there. But you want to be checking for this before the date of the exam and kind of ironing out any difficulties that there are with that. The other things that they're doing, we're into the kind of the mixed bag review, which I think is the most important, where we're kind of bringing everything together. I highly suggest for these, like I've taken and put the handouts in here. A lot of these things I think you should try before you watch the video. You don't want to get into that fallacy, shall we say, that you understand and you can do it because you watched somebody do it and it made sense to you. You want to make sure that you're putting pencil to paper so that you're practicing whether you can do it with a blank sheet of paper in front of you. And that's partly why I gave you this mock exam right here to do. And so I really appreciate those of you that have already done it, but I really, really need you guys to get that done by Wednesday the 6th so that we can take a look at it. And I would also kind of suggest that as you're uploading them to the OneNote notebook over here, that you kind of follow the rules that they have for uploading your own exam. So, like, where I put this important, please read, this was because they've kind of added the demo up for you guys so that you can see how it works. And I'm going to kind of talk about that a little bit detail. That's really why I decided to come on today or tonight and kind of put this out here before you had class tomorrow. When you are uploading your exam, and I really do suggest that you handwrite. I mean, I know there's the option of typing, but it's very, very difficult to type math. And they're not allowing things, I believe, like the equation editor and those things. From what I've been reading in all the thousands of posts that we've been going through as teachers and asking questions and trying to work through this, I really think your best bet is going to be to handwrite all of your solutions and upload a picture of it. But I did want to kind of highlight up here that it must be uploaded as a picture. It must be .png, .jpg, and .jpeg. So you need to be very careful, depending on when you're using your phones and things like that. You want to test this out ahead of time because, like, I know especially from like the econ personal finance where people are uploading pictures of their signed syllabus and things, that sometimes I end up getting these HEIC files that's not going to be acceptable. They also aren't taking scanned PDFs of handwritten stuff. So you have to make sure that if you're using, say, a scanner at your home, one, you need to know how to use your scanner, and you need to know how to save that document, not as a PDF, but as a JPG, JPEG, or PNG, or something like that. It has to be one, I'm going to highlight, it has to be one of these three um, file types when you upload it. Now, the other thing, when you run through the demo, you'll see how it works. I did it both on my phone and I did it on my tablet. Now, I don't know what you're going to use. I would be very careful about choosing what you're going to use, because you have to remember that if you're using, say, your tablet or your computer to view the test, and that's where your test ticket is, you have to submit your pictures through that same device. So that means you can't be like try to log in on two different devices, like pull it up on your computer to see it and then try to upload with your phone. You have to pick a single device and use that device the entire time. The problem that I see kind of coming down the pike about using maybe your computer to view it instead of viewing it on your phone, which also has its own, cons to it, is going to be that, sorry, I was making sure my time was okay. Is you need to kind of make sure that you can get if you use your computer, you have to be able to get the picture of the pages that you have and upload them to your computer. And you have to be able to do that in that 5-minute time frame under time crunch and anxiety and those kinds of things. So you do want to kind of either practice it ahead of time if you're going to go that route, and you have to know how to get it there quickly. I would be very careful about relying on things like emailing it to yourself, because it has happened to me in the past where I have emailed something and it has taken 5 or 10 minutes to go through the system in the world out there and then end up into my email. So you need to make sure that you have a way of getting the picture submitted without losing it due to some technology things. I really think that maybe looking at it on the phone, while it's not ideal because it's a small screen and you're going to be scrolling around on a small screen to try to see all parts of the problem, but at least you would be one device. You look at it on your phone, you show your work on a piece of paper, you take a picture of it on the phone, and you upload it, and that will kind of take out the trying to use two devices thing that's there. But it's up to you, and you need to practice by going to the demo. So the link is here, and there's the demo there, and you should try it different ways to see what works for you. Now, regardless of whether you use your computer or whether you use your phone or tablet or what you're going to be doing for that, I will tell you that it was a little kind of weird when I was testing it out. When you go to take your picture, and then I highlighted here in green too, kind of let me back up a second. You should do this part right here in green ahead of time. You can upload up to 5 different pages for each question. So I would automatically take 5 pages and title it question 1, your APID, your initials, and page 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So just in case you use all 5 of them, I don't think you will, but in case you do and you have all 5 of them, you will have them there ready to go, and you're not wasting time during the testing time writing that stuff on the pages. And then I would do another 5 pages for question 2. So they have to be separate from each other. You cannot have question 1 and question 2 on the same piece of paper. So you do want to make sure you have separate items for that. You want to make sure that you have black ink, blue ink, or a pencil that writes dark enough that it can be read. Now, I know from looking at some of the things that you've uploaded for me in AP Classroom, a couple of things to worry about. Some of you are using pencils that don't show up dark enough. It's very hard to read them. Handwriting, you know who you are. You need to write larger, and you need to make sure that it is readable on that. I would make sure that you have extra pens in case you don't want to run out and have ink run out or your lead run out or whatever that is. So you want to make sure you have extras of those, and you have your paper kind of set up and ready to go, one one set of 5 with your labels at the top for question 1, and one set of 5 with your labels at the top for question 2, just so you have them ready to go. When you go to attach your photos, make sure that you are not submitting until you have attached all of your photos. And when I went through this both times on my phone and trying it on my tablet, when you attach the photo, initially it does not even appear that anything happened. Like I hit attach, so this is kind of the screen that you're going to see. I hit the attach photo, which is right up here, and then you scroll down and you browse and you get the photo that you're attaching. And initially, because you had to scroll down, they have all these examples. That's the beginning part right here of what it should look like. And so you had to scroll down to the bottom, so I didn't take a picture of that, but you'll see it in the demo, and you click attach. And when you click attach and you click on the file, it will pop up a little screen and you'll hit open. And then what confused me, and this is why you need to practice this, is it didn't appear like anything happened. I was like, did it attach? I don't know. Nothing appeared to change because all I was seeing was this like demo thing down at the bottom. But then I realized on both the phone and the computer, if you scroll back up, where you want to look at here is where this says your attachments. And so if you scroll back up, you'll see that you have attached all of your photos. So if you only have 2 pages, then, and it doesn't matter what the name of the pages are, you just need to make sure that they're labeled with your name and ID and your initials and all the stuff that they require up at the top of the page. But you can see here that you have those items attached. And if you have 3 pages, you should have 3 photos attached. Now, you're going to need to make sure that your photos are clear before you upload them, because you can't preview them. That's the thing I did not like about it. Once I got them into this little document, you can't preview them to see that they're clear and readable and those kinds of things. You're going to need to look at it on your phone and make sure that you have centered the entire page. Don't do part of a page. They want the entire 8.5 by 11 page in one photo, and make sure that you are standing up over top of it and looking straight down. None of this diagonal stuff that you guys are giving me in AP Classroom. So you do want to make sure that it is straight on and clear. So when you guys are doing that mock test for me, if you could practice that, that's going to be one of the things that I'm looking at, that your pictures are clear enough for those. And you only hit submit after you have all of your pages attached. So attach page 1, attach page 2, attach page 3, attach page 4, and then if there was 4 pages, then you submit. So I just wanted to show that to you, and then also talk about kind of what's coming up for the rest of the week. They're finishing up the different types. So like tomorrow, there are 3 different ones that they're looking at, specifically tables, graphical, verbal. Again, I would suggest that, and I know it's work, and I'm not saying you're going to do this on Friday anyway. You've got the weekend to try to work on these. Do the problems yourself first, then watch the video. And you can kind of speed up the video and check yourself as you go. But it's really important to try the problems yourself. Pencil to paper, you have to practice. So I would try the table ones first, and then watch the video. Try the graphical ones as practice, and then watch the video. Try the verbal ones, and then watch the video. They're giving some really good tips and feedback and suggestions as they go. I think it's really good information for you to watch that. Now, coming up on Monday, and I know it looks like a lot here, and again, you're going to do it between Monday and Tuesday. You can start early if you've got time over the weekend. These are the last 2 mixed reviews and final thoughts. So some good things to practice in there. They have basically, this document is a circuit. So of course, you know, we've done circuits before. And then this last one, only 30 seconds. I don't have anything up for that, but they're going to have 2 actual mock exams. One on 5-4, where they're going to time it and give you actually taking it during the time that they're doing it. And then they're going to go over it the next day. And then there's a practice 2. And then on the 6th and then on the 7th, there is another review of that one. And then just reminding you that on the 8th, I'm going to have a Zoom class that I would like you, it's mandatory. Be there. We're going over the test. We're going to make